This week on the Media Virus Podcast, leftist asshole Joy Behar labeled homophobe for butt sex football joke on The View. Coffee common sewer, Matty Rockdef proclaims New England coffee not only tastes like dog shit, but uses dog shit in the roasting and processing of their coffees. And fast food chick fights are all the rage in the U.S. these days. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us. With executive producer Mike Latoris.
There's a fancy doctor in words, butt crack.
Featuring the diversity duo Stanley McFadden and the lovely and talented Doctor.
Shut the fuck up, Matty.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Matty Rockdef.
So anyway.
Jesus Christ. Hot damn, do we have a fucking show for you people this week. This is the Media Virus Podcast. I am Matty Rockdef. Please like, subscribe, share. Go tell a friend. Go walk outside. Walk to your neighbor. Knock on the fucking door and go, you guys heard about the Media Virus Podcast? And they'll go, no, what's it about? And you go, I don't fucking know. I have no fucking clue. What happens is they get together and they talk about that week's news. One guy they have a very educated lady, a guy with a really nice voice, a jerk off, and sometimes no, he's not a jerk off. They have a jerk off. And sometimes they have a black guy. And when they have the black guy, they make racist jokes because it's okay because they have a black friend. That's what you can tell your neighbor about the show. I love it. I absolutely love it when our executive producer, in a pinch, will write the top 3 teaser because I am behind on other projects and didn't have time to focus on it. Because he always takes a little swipe at least me. One time he took a swipe at everybody, and that was really, really cool. But I don't know, but Stan wasn't here to hear the swipe, so it was that was kind of like an asshole move. Mike, what do you think?
I thought he was going to be here. He just didn't come.
He didn't. Dude, listen to this.
Sometimes I don't come, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of,
Getting older now.
Here's the thing. All right. There's a lot of talk. I hear, there's always these, erectile dysfunction pills and things, and they advertise them all the time. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that can cause, there's actually 2 things that are relative to me that can cause erectile dysfunction, and that is my antidepressant and my blood pressure medicine. And you get the idea that somehow erectile dysfunction is that your dick don't work, and it just doesn't get hard, or it doesn't, and from what I've been experiencing, it's not the case. The case is that you can't come. There's no ejaculation. It's just, it kind of goes away. Like your hard on just goes away. And then you don't have, the sense kind of goes, right? And it's just like, you still wind up, with blue balls because you're not like releasing, and it's a
Just
frustrating scenario. A lot of people.
The Media Virus
Podcast
people. Is recorded live.
It's like running a marathon, and you get to 26 miles, and there's that other point too.
It's like there's 26 miles, and then you're kidnapped and beaten as a piñata. That's what it's like, because like I used to have the opposite problem where it would like kind of just go off. You know, like when I was a kid, I just had sometimes it would go off like right before, like not before anything like intercourse. I would just come in my pants, like, you know. Still felt good for me. I didn't give a shit once I was done, you know. Whatever. I had to make a mess. Trying to find a trend. You know what? Because I noticed on the playback last week that we never introduced the doctor last week.
I don't think that right now I want to be introduced.
She was here.
And she was here. And because we just kind of went into...
I was all ready with my beverage and everything.
Yes. What are you drinking this evening, Doc?
Speaking of hard-ons.
Thank you. Now, see, that's not too bad. This evening, I am actually drinking a quite excellent Cabernet. I have the good fortune, as I have mentioned, to live with a gentleman who appreciates good wine and can afford it. So I'm having a really, really nice glass of wine right now.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a great deal.
And you decided that, you know,
rich,
you
smooth,
didn't want to take 20 minutes and put some makeup on. Prepare your face.
I decided, you know, that we have been friends now long enough that you guys are ready to see the unvarnished doctor. I gotta be honest with you. I was coming in. I was going to come in swinging and go like, Doc, you feeling okay? And be like, you know, Jesus Christ, you look, you know, grizzled. Yeah,
and,
no, I think I'm just a little shinier than usual.
I mean, it's like an old catcher's mitt
going on.
No, that's where I was, but that's what I was going to say. That your face looked like an old catcher's mitt. But you are still very lovely.
Aww,
your skin
thanks.
your skin is naturally suiting.
Thank you.
And speaking of someone's skin being naturally suiting, Big Daddy.
What's up, bitches? Happy goddamn June motherfucking 10th.
It was also over the weekend. It was Motherfuckers Day.
Happy Juneteenth, Big Daddy.
Happy Juneteenth. Is that something that we do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Juneteenth.
It's now a national holiday.
I mean, we've already happy belated Juneteenth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Christmas, right? I mean,
it's like Christmas, but for Negroes.
Happy day.
I was going to take a long walk around that, but she just went right for it.
Happy fucking observation that the government had to make Texas free its slaves because motherfucking Abe Lincoln didn't actually free the fucking slaves.
Not one.
Yep. We actually had to send the Union Army to Galveston and say, by the way, 2 years ago, we let all you motherfuckers go.
Yeah, I was just reading
what it's about.
I was just reading a story, probably in the Atlantic or someplace like that, about how there were people being held as actual slaves as recently as like within the past 10 years, right? Maybe 20 years ago, but not long ago. And the thing is that they, again, because these people don't have access to media, you know, and then it's one of those things where, okay, you work for this long and then, you know, we'll let you go. But for now you owe money for your room and board. So you have to stay and work. And then they get to the end of the season. They're like, okay, we can go now. Oh, no, because you've racked up some more bills that you owe us. So you have to keep working. And these people spend their entire lives. And, you know, they're asked, why don't you run away? They're like, run away to where? You know? So no, slavery is still, at least as of a few years ago, still very much a reality within these lovely United States.
More so than that, there is a legal, under the Constitution, a legal precedence for actual slavery. Actual slavery exists legally under the Constitution now under one condition.
I know this one.
Prisons.
Prison.
Right.
Slave labor.
By definition, under the Constitution, it is slavery. So Juneteenth, that's why I have trouble honestly thinking of Juneteenth as a celebration, right? So to me, when I hear that they signed it, that they made into a national holiday, it's kind of a slap in the face, right? So it's like, oh, by the way, here's a date in which we're reminding you that shit didn't actually happen the way that it was supposed to. It's a weird thing to be happy about it, you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like 10 years from now, there's going to be like barbecues and shit, and we're going to lose what actually it's supposed to be about. But I don't know how else you're supposed to observe it.
Now, I understand, like, if it was a Texas state thing where there was a celebration, because that kind of rings a little truer, because, hey, this is a big deal. This happened. We need to recognize it. But for it to be a national celebration, I agree. I think it loses something along the way, because we're so the rest of the country is so far removed from Texas. Texas is big enough to be. I mean, there's countries that are smaller than Texas. So I think as a country, we're so far removed from Texas that we don't quite grasp the gravity of what really happened there.
I think we would like to. Go ahead, Danny. I'm sorry.
I'm saying it. So it's a weird thing for when I hear, Happy Juneteenth, and I see barbecues and shit. This is weird for me to get behind the idea. It just feels like one of those things where the government was like, "Here, Negroes, take this. Shut the fuck up."
I think that we would like to think that we are far beyond Texas as a country, but I think Texas is just a little bit more honest about it.
I just had this conversation.
We're just removed from Texas. I don't think a lot of people in the United States can grasp the vastness that is Texas. You can you can fall into Texas and drive 6 hours in any direction and still be in Texas.
I 8 hours. I was in Victoria, Texas. I drove 8 hours and I was still in Texas. Like I thought I had hit the border because 8 hours of driving. Like, nope, still got another. Fuck, really? But I just had the conversation yesterday about racism. So this is my personal stance. I would rather if someone's going to be racist to me, right? I'd rather it be out in the open. Like, I would feel much more secure about talking to a dude with the Klan robe on than someone who is going to smile in my face, with the knife. And, I'd rather I'd rather be out in the open.
I feel like that's a compliment to me. Thank you.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference, right? Where I can talk, like, Maddie's got the robe on as we're having the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know where we stand.
I do not wear a robe or support the Ku Klux Klan. I am not a member of the Ku Klux Klan. I denounce the Ku Klux Klan publicly. I don't want to start fights. I'm not going, but like that, I am not. No.
Back in February, I saw there was a guy. He popped up in a couple of articles on the internet. I saw him on a couple of different news pieces. It's a black guy, and he has spent his life approaching Klansmen and sits down and talks with, has
he's got like a collection of Klan shit that he's
developed friendships with these guys, and then gets them to the point where they're not in anymore, and he takes their robes, and he has a collection.
Yeah.
And
I saw
I've
that.
seen this. Yeah.
As collections go, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, he's got them displayed, and he takes a reverence in what they are and what they mean, because to him, they've been given to him by people who really,
those are trophies.
Yeah,
of his kindness.
Really took them serious.
He's the direct opposite of a serial killer.
He's a serial reformer.
He takes his trophies. He goes, "I need to, give me that. Let me take a trophy." I convinced you otherwise on your short-sighted belief system.
And he even went so far as to say some of the best friends that he's had were people that he couldn't get to walk away and give up their road. But he had these he had these deep conversations and became very close with these people, and they had a deep respect for one another.
Well, that's the thing about especially the Klan, I think, is that it kind of there's more to it than just blatant racism. You know, they have a code, they have a structure. It's all based in blatant racism, but there's more of a, you know, like you're in for life type of thing. From what
There's
I understand.
also a lot of this when you hear a lot of these people talking
That's what I
about
hear at the meetings.
like Southern pride, and you know, these people who are walking around waving the Confederate flag, and they're saying, well, no, we're not, you know, we're not in favor of slavery, we're just in favor of Southern heritage. Well, what heritage, like, I would really honestly like an answer to the question, like, what heritage do you mean? And they talk about, oh, the Confederacy and states' rights. Well, the rights that the states were fighting for were the rights to hold slaves. So what is it? And I know I sound like I'm asking this cynically and rhetorically, and to an extent I am, but I also would have yet to hear an answer to the question, what apart from slavery are you celebrating? What apart from slavery are you attempting to preserve? I'd really like to know the answer to that. So if anybody has an answer to that, please, please, please call us at 646-virus-01 and answer, because I really want to know.
And
Are you racist AF? Do you hate Negroes with a passion? Please call the media virus.
No, like, what is it that you're preserving that's not racist?
No,
that's
but listen,
not
you don't
slavery?
have to just hate Negroes. If you hate whites, call us too. Let us know. Tell us about it.
whoever you hate.
You know, if you hate the Irish, then call us up and tell us why you hate the Irish.
I know some people who hate everybody. They're not
We'll fight you. I
discriminatory.
swear to Christ, all of us will fight you. Don't fuck with the Irish. But, you know, if you want to fucking piss on the Scots, that's fine.
You know, Matty, I'm only half Irish.
That's okay. I'm only
The other half's Italian, and I will fucking kick your ass, and then I'll come back and do it again.
Yeah, you know, there's the Italians and the
a
Catholics.
lot of Italian. There's in this area, there's a lot of Italian Irish.
There are, yeah.
Yeah, because
well, I mean, those are two huge.
Because trash goes together.
Groups.
You know, they can't get into regular society. Well, I'm not saying I'm Polish, for Christ's sake. Like, I have Polish in me, so that's right.
Submarine,
That's like almost. Are you sure that's Caucasian? Are you sure that's white? You know what I mean? And then there's some German and Irish, elevates a little bit, but I'm still right down with the Dago mix.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, moving right along.
I'm half Polish, but I am half Pole.
So, Professor, what's coming up after the break?
But it was a long walk with a lot of funny moments. To the point is, we don't get along with each other. White people don't get along with each other. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans don't get along with each other. The African Americans don't get along with each other. We don't get along with each other. Until we can get along with each other, we're not going to be able to have decent race relations. Until the meth addicts, the bottom of the barrel, until the bottom of the barrel of every race stops acting like that, we're all going to have preconceived notions of what people are. And you try not to, you don't want to, but you do. And then, I've noticed that, to me, the most racist people are the ones that'll fucking argue about how not racist they are. You're an idiot. You don't see it. And then the ones that argue against, like, the white girl who says white people are the most evil thing on the fucking planet. I've had this argument with some chick on the internet. I finally decided I don't need to talk to this chick on the internet. I don't know who she is. Yeah. But I've gotten into those conflicts. Like, it was on my sister's page where and I'm like, no, I don't want my sons to grow up in that type of, I don't want that. You
don't want your sons exposed to that.
Yeah. Hatred based on race. I don't want my son. I don't want anyone's son, anyone's daughter to face that. I don't want that. That's not.
I agree with you.
When we were told Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King fixed this shit, that's what we were taught.
We were. So I will tell you, I think it's really funny. So you guys all know that I teach in a public high school and I teach a very diverse group of students. And my favorite thing in the world is when a kid says to me, "You just don't like me because I'm black." And I'm like, No, honey, I don't have a problem with you because you're black. I have a problem with you because you're an asshole.
You're a fucking asshole.
There's so many better reasons to dislike somebody.
That's right. I have plenty of good reasons to hate you. The color of your skin has absolutely nothing to do with
No bearing whatsoever.
it.
And I feel like the assholes in the African American community just seem to get highlighted, where there's plenty of assholes in the Caucasian community.
Oh, they get highlighted too. Most of them are in Congress, though.
But we ignore so many of them because there's so many of them.
But yeah, I mean, if you go to a site like Walmart, peopleofwalmart.com,
Oh my God,
you'll
that is the worst of the white
right.
people.
I
Have to
mean,
offer.
you know, until we can go to a trailer park,
Mhm.
you know, and not have to, you know, ask Uncle Daddy which one of his kids are actually his. All the ones with the eyes right on top of each other. No shit.
You don't
Oh my God.
I mean,
Wow, that's a cleft palate you got there, isn't it? So, you know,
if there was ever a need for a final solution, Walmart is it.
Oh my God.
my
All right.
mom,
So what do we have on for this week, guys?
Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about our top 3 stories. Leftist asshole Joy Behar and her football butt sex joke. We're going to find out why Matty's telling us that, I mean, other than the fact that it does, New England coffee tastes like dog shit. He apparently has some new information.
oh, fucking right.
And then we're going to talk about fast food fights because we've got a couple of fast food fights in the news this week. So if you want to talk to us or tell us what we should talk about or tell us who you hate, you can give us a call at 646-FIRE-01. That's 646-FIRE-01 here on the Media Virus Podcast. We will be right back.
Don't freak the fuck out. Don't anybody freak the fuck out.
And we're back on the Media Virus Podcast, and we're going to get right into leftist asshole Joy Behar and what she had to say on The View. Joy Behar stuns Meghan McCain with inappropriate joke about first openly gay NFL player.
First of all,
Okay.
this guy, balls.
Oh, big and brass.
Fucking balls. The NFL coming out as gay, fucking balls. We're going to see an
He
avalanche.
came out years ago, though.
No, this guy just came out the other day.
There was a guy.
He's the first.
He came out after his season.
Yeah, he's the
He
first.
he retired.
Player.
I thought there was a guy that was drafted and we knew him as gay from years ago because Dave Chappelle talked about it.
But nobody who's come out has ever played another down.
Oh, okay. So the first active player. That's the key word.
Nobody who has come out has ever played another down.
And wait a minute, Caitlyn Jenner used to wasn't Caitlyn Jenner also?
Not a football player.
No?
Not a football player.
Track and field.
Oh, okay. All right.
ABC.
And he's never actually Bruce Caitlyn, sorry, but Bruce Jenner never mentioned being gay.
No.
It was never gay. It was cross-dressing.
Yeah.
Like I think he has a girlfriend.
I'm very curious about. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm very curious about that whole balance. I guess. All right, that's another conversation. All right. So, but we're learning about. Okay. So Joy Behar said what?
ABC's The View co-host Joy Behar shocked colleague Meghan McCain on Tuesday with an inappropriate gay joke that she later urged viewers to simply pretend never happened. Now, before we get into this, I want to let you know, I've read ahead and I know what the joke is.
It's fucking great.
I don't know that it's a gay joke. I think it's a football butt sex joke. But ABC News Daytime Gabfest was discussing Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib, who on Monday became the first active player in the NFL history to come out as gay. The panel largely supported Nassib's decision, praising him for representing the LGBTQ community. However, Behar cracked a joke when explaining she doesn't know much about football. After they said penetration in the end zone, they lose me, Behar said. Now, see, that's a football butt sex joke. Not necessarily gay, just football and butt sex.
Well, now hang on a second, though. How many female football players do you know?
College has a few, I believe.
Yeah, and honestly, there's nothing specifically gay about that.
I think that's I think that's a fair assessment.
Behar's comments made everyone on the show crack up, with the exception of McCain, who looked visibly disgusted by the remark.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's because she's never taken in the end zone.
Justin Baragona, whoever that is, tweets, "Yikes, this joke from Joy Behar during a discussion of the first active gay player in the NFL." So let's see if we can actually...
let's see the clip.
Las Vegas. Okay. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Anna, after they said penetration in the end zone, they lost me. So, Sonny, is this a sign that this... Sonny.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, so that...
Oh, no, that's not... Hang on. That description is not accurate. It said it cracked up everybody except for one. That's not true. One person laughed at that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a heads down, a hands in the fingers in the ear.
Yeah, and then it just like a stone face.
So which one of these cunts got bent out of shape?
The bottom right.
Bottom right, I'm betting. Oh.
The blonde twat with the fucking blue shirt?
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah.
She was
now, if you look at that panel,
where the fuck is Whoopi?
Know that that's the one that's going to be a bitch about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
All right, so this is what makes the joke inappropriate. The only thing that I would say what makes this joke inappropriate was it was on daytime television.
Right.
That's it. That's literally it.
Mediaite Leia Ibidibidibidibidi called it an insensitive sex joke, which, again, that's kind of where I think it is. It's not specifically a gay joke. Yes, it was told in the context of a gay person, so yeah, it kind of leans in that way.
Wasn't Joy Behar considered funny at one point?
She was.
Yeah, she is.
Like she was a comedian, right?
Yeah.
Some of her stand-up wasn't bad, you know.
No, right. That's what you hired.
Right.
A fucking comedian.
They write jokes.
They write fucking jokes.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. It's a question of context. Like on a show like ours, on a show like The Media Virus, that would be totally within bounds.
Nobody would notice.
Honestly, if you put it on like SNL, it might turn a couple of eyebrows, but
it was on Daytime Talk Television.
Yeah, exactly. If it were on cable, nobody would blink.
I mean, I think I would fire someone if they made that joke.
Because it's not funny.
Because it's not funny. It's dumb and it's old.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially if they delivered it like fucking Joy Behar, like looking for the hey, look at my
hey guys,
I would be like, get the fuck out. First of all, that joke is fucking lame. It's fucking lame. It's fucking old. Everyone's fucking heard it.
Yeah.
And if anybody's gonna make a joke like that, it's gonna be Matty.
Yeah. Exactly. And no one will notice. No one will laugh. And that's what's funny is that nobody fucking laughed.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh at this fucking show when I listen to it. I fucking laugh at it because I do too. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah.
You have a listenable.
Yeah, but that joke that Behar made, that was absolute dog shit.
Speaking of dog shit.
All right, so I went on a fucking tirade.
Who brought you that swill?
So,
because it is available at some lesser gas stations.
Yeah.
Right next to the brown hot dogs.
So, it's not a gas station, but it's that type of.
It's close.
Yeah, it's this. It's a strip mall bodega that is next to my studio. Yeah, and I didn't walk over there for coffee. I was hungry.
Right.
Now, with the ulcer,
mm-hmm.
I have limited myself to 1 cup of coffee, but I was trying to accomplish a task. I was very hungry, and I'm a scavenger. Like, I look around. Like, I don't want to, like, if they got like sandwiches, like I don't want these people making me a sandwich. You get what I'm saying? I want prepackaged food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Okay. And something that's absolutely been manufactured prepackaged food. So I went and I grabbed this huge fucking piece of cornbread that was really good, but it was dry. And I got a cup of coffee, which would if I broke my rule. And like, I kind of knew I was going to have to suffer the consequences of having more coffee.
Being punished.
And and it's funny because when you see New England, they got really good packaging.
Yes, they have fine
packaging. They have nice signage.
Great marketing and signage.
Yeah. I mean, the thing looked, and I was just, and I made it. And now, with a mask, you can't really taste your coffee to see if you did, if that's how
right. Yeah.
Right. So I start drinking it on the way back, and I'm like, this is the worst fucking coffee. And I'm like, you know what? Every time I get this fucking coffee, it's terrible.
As compared to Starbucks.
I don't. No.
No, Starbucks.
Yeah,
they
can. Like, I compare that. I compare them to Starbucks. That's what I do, because Starbucks is terrible. Starbucks is terrible fucking coffee.
It really is bad coffee.
What's good is all the little fucking drinks they make, and you know what? I can't have none of them because they're gonna send my sugar through the goddamn roof. Yeah. I just want fucking coffee, dude. Having to watch what I eat for 3 fucking diabetes, an ulcer, and high blood pressure.
You can have like a piece of jicama or something,
right?
Jicama.
Right.
Well, hang on, Matty. If you didn't like that coffee, I actually have a recommendation for you. Can I share something with you?
Yes.
Okay, so I recently, in fact, I think it may even have been this morning, I just discovered there is, if you don't like dog poop coffee, you may actually enjoy. Have you heard of civet coffee?
I've heard of this. Where this thing eats the coffee beans.
Well, it eats the coffee cherries.
Whatever. And it shits out coffee beans.
That's right. The coffee is literally made from cat shit. So these civet cats. Well, they're civet cats, right? They're a specific kind, or I don't know if they're actually cats. They're called cats. I don't know. Anyway, it is a nocturnal animal. They eat the coffee cherries, and then they poop out the coffee beans, and then people go around and collect the coffee beans and use that to make civet. It's washed and sun dried, which you would definitely. That seems an important step. And then it goes straight to your delicious, happy hot coffee cup. So if you don't like the dog shit coffee, you may want to try the cat shit coffee.
This literally doesn't bother me.
Really?
I would try that. I really would. It's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try it unless someone were to gift it. Like, if you wanted to call us up at 646 virus 01 and make a donation. I don't know how we'll figure. Maybe
it's got to be expensive.
Holy
shit.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like
that's $59. It's about $75 for 50 grams of this coffee.
Yeah. So yeah, €99 for 100 grams.
Wow.
How much do you think? 3.5.
Go up there was a kilo price just above.
Yeah,
if €900 if
it's about $1,000. Yeah.
If you want.
We need to give Big Daddy some room to react to this white people shit.
Yeah, he does have that look on his face.
He left. Wait, I can't see. Shit.
I think we broke him. Guys, I think we broke Big Daddy.
You leave?
Okay, who the fuck? No.
My work here is done.
Okay. All right, white people. Can we? fucking stop testing out fucking animal shit? Who the fuck? Chad is sitting in the goddamn forest collecting animal shit to see if it tastes good. Who the fuck does this? This is why racism still exists. Because it is bullshit right here. Because there's always some fucking person, Chad, that wants that sees an animal eating a coffee bean and says, you know what? I bet that when that cat shits that coffee out, that's gonna make one mean cup of coffee, Cletus.
Big Daddy, we have
goddamn right.
We have a
try
live
it.
tweet here from Chad. He says, "Look, you chitlin chomping motherfucker.
What the?
How you gonna eat some pig intestines and call me on my shit?"
And besides, these coffee beans are ethical and wild and guaranteed natural. Plus, each pack comes with a certificate of authenticity.
Well, see, that's much different.
Us white people like that.
That's much different from New England coffee. What New England coffee does is they buy the literally the cheapest beans they can money can buy. Like and then because it's not enough, they buy all the rejects, like all the stuff, with rot. They don't care. Okay. And they start grinding that up, but it's not really enough because they've managed to sell a lot of coffee. So what they do is all those companies that you see that'll come out to your house and pick up your dog shit, they take it to New England coffee. Then New England coffee sun dries. We sun dries that canine fecal matter. And then we grind it to a fine powder, mix it with our beans, grind it together, and we send it straight to you. That's why every satisfying cup of New England coffee tastes like it was brewed in dog shit.
There you go.
It was.
We could fucking do this at the Media Virus podcast. Doc.
Yes,
I feel like Doc would be the one. If we can convince you to eat some coffee beans.
Yeah, you could eat the coffee cherries.
You eat the coffee cherries. You shit them out.
All right, which one of you is going through my poop? Because I'm not doing that part.
We can have one of your OnlyFans subscribers.
I got a collection of gloves.
One of your OnlyFans fans.
I will sit.
You guys, we could have a contest. We could have a media virus contest.
So everybody eat the coffee cherries, right? And then everybody shits them out. We'll dry it out. We'll grind it out. And then we'll do a taste test all the way around. And we'll see who can brew the best cup of coffee. My money is on top.
Or is the contest, can you pick out whose coffee is whose?
Yeah. I think Big Daddy eats a lot of fried foods. So
why? That's a racist. Why don't we call it race phobia?
I don't know.
That's
Do we?
I feel like Doc's coffee
why don't we?
tastes like French wine.
What?
Like it would have a hint of wine in it.
I feel like Matty's would taste like Twinkies.
I feel like Matty's would have a hint of cigarettes.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Definitely a tobacco flavor.
Definitely a tobacco flavor. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine would probably taste a little bit like chicken grease.
Mm-hmm. See, that's not racist. How come it's not racist when he says it?
Because I said it.
Because I said it. He's talking about.
And how about the professor?
What would professors have a hint of?
His would come out with pompadour.
It would look like a giant wave in your cup.
It would smell like dog.
Sophisticated.
It would smell like dog.
Dog and cigarettes.
Sorry,
Professor. And hair gel. That's right. Yeah. Cigarettes, dog, and Aquanet.
Dong.
Come on, don't lie. Only Aquanet has that kind of hold. Come on, I grew up in the 80s. I know.
I've got a whole special program.
Does Aquanet even exist anymore?
It does.
Yes.
I
And
own a
Look
can.
how quickly Mike answered.
it's probably second to what I use today.
Now, I know we don't do endorsements, but is it Bedhead? Tell me if it's Bedhead.
No, it's got to be's freeze spray.
Oh, got to be. I've
In a
seen
big
those.
bright yellow can. And
Yeah.
it has this silver top on it, but it's the same shape as the top of the Raid can.
Oh,
You know
but
that.
that's not a mistake you want to make.
Yeah.
Although I bet if
There
you
was
hit,
a
if you
TikTok that
hit
I
a
saw.
bug with that spray, it would die anyway,
There
or at
was
least it would
It would stop.
freeze. Yeah.
There was a TikTok that I saw that somebody took the can off an air horn, took the top off an air horn, and carved it, spray painted it, and stuck it on that got to be spray.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And
Yeah, I think we've been down this road before. Actually,
when the
on
woman
virus.
went to do it, it was BLAH!
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation,
awesome.
guys.
Okay, well, then let's move along.
All right. So, anyway, so can you get Civet Cat coffee at a fast food restaurant? Is the next question.
Well, no, it would be.
I don't think so, but I can tell you there's a lot of people who have found a way to get an ass whipping at a fast food restaurant. There's a lot of chick fights that are happening in fast food restaurants these days. And some of them over things just as silly as that bitch won't mix my flavors of my slushie.
Hey, get out! Touch me! Are you fucking crazy? Okay, don't touch me! Touch me! I'll destroy you! Joey, let go! Do not touch my boss!
Dude,
You just punched me in the face! Bitch! I'll destroy
fucking
the fuck out! Bitch!
bitch!
Get the fuck out, bitch! No! You get the fuck out! Sorry, I got
I mean, all I had to do was fucking mix your slushie.
Sorry. Yes, the bitch. Do not touch my boss! Get out! God, assault
Just
her.
throw shit on the ground.
You in jail. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. She's got you on film. You assaulted her and me. You hit me and her. I don't give a fuck. You could go to prison. Okay, then I'll go to assault and battery. Then I'll go to prison. Do not touch her again. I will go to fucking honey, don't touch my
I
boss
will go
again.
to fucking.
Whatever. What? Please. Bounce. What the fuck ever.
That's you know.
Shit. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, she needs it.
Oh, this is terrific. Looks like she got a little bit of water there. She's filled in a big cup of ice. I'm trying to do something. I don't know if it's water or what.
It's right fucking. Don't come back here.
She goes back behind the counter. She starts just wiping. I'm gonna throw some ice. World Star. Oh, that's the grounded power. I missed it.
Whatever. You gave me a motherfucking black eye. Get out of here. Call the fucking cops.
Why didn't they call the cops 5 minutes ago? Is my question.
They did.
Everybody just go back. She's hitting my employees. She beat her. Fucking bitch. Hey. Don't touch her. Don't touch her.
Put your bag down.
on his hand, and I'll be a black eye.
That's great.
I ain't never
Yeah,
had a
I'm glad
black
it
eye
didn't
in my
do
life.
anything
A
with
man
that.
never gave me a black eye. Where the relevance of that is, I'm not entirely sure, but
That was because she wanted 3 different flavors of slushy or Slurpee or whatever the fuck they called it.
I think
What do
that
you call
whole
it?
thing is just sad. The whole thing just makes me.
It's a commentary on our society.
It is,
It's
and
just-
a sad one,
And
right? I mean, first of all, if she wants 3 flavors of slushy, give her 3 flavors. Like, I mean, was it worth all that? Really?
I don't
Really?
know if it was worth, I don't know if they knew that's where it was going. They were
No, but I mean,
probably
like,
given a
for
fucking
Christ's sake.
directive by corporate that said, don't do this.
Well, on the other side of that is if you go into a restaurant and you say, I want a mango strawberry peach slushy, and they say, I'm sorry, we don't do that. You say, okay, thanks. I'll just take the green one. Like, like
you don't go behind the counter and beat
it's not
the shit out of somebody.
it's not that serious. Like it's not that big. Like there are fights that are worth
Like,
having in life. And I
When
just
I
don't feel
make
like that's one
when
of
I
them.
make a really aggravating request and it's met with resistance, I just want to hit people.
Well, the thing is, dude, when it's 9:30 in the morning, you need your tri-flavored Slurpee. In the morning, don't talk to me before my tri-flavored Slurpee. Don't you see the T-shirts? It's everywhere. Who the fuck drinks a Slurpee in the goddamn morning? Is my point.
Now, the title that's here in the on the YouTube clip that I just played says that she was going off on bath salts.
Yeah, I would believe. Yeah, I would believe there were drugs.
That's an assumption, though.
And
I gotta say, I don't think that's bath salts. Bath salts are more like hallucinogenic and
bath salts. That ain't bath salts.
Well, there may be something there, or she's off from that. Or there's stuff she should have been taking that she didn't take.
Yeah, that's not bath salts. Bath salts makes you do. It's not. You don't take bath salts and then want to mix Slurpees. Like that's more of a weed thing.
Methadone is.
Yeah, but you're not going to fight on weed. I mean, a stoner walks in and doesn't get what they want. They're like, "Oh, well, what did I order anyway?"
Yeah.
I mean, that's not weed either.
You give them some ice water in a straw. They're like, "Oh, you did it just right."
Yeah.
It's water, man.
See, that's why weed is the best drug.
What?
Second best. Weed is the second best drug I've ever had.
What's the best one, Big Daddy?
Pussy.
Somehow I knew that was the answer.
Yeah, I did too. But I just, I'm
Wait,
into tossing him
don't
up.
we have another chick fight?
I'm trying to toss him up real easy tonight, right? You guys just knock him out.
Speaking of tossing it up real easy.
Here's a Little Caesar story.
We had a woman arrested for assault at the Little Caesars
in Augusta, Georgia.
It looks like this may be a video clip as well.
Oh, this is a fucking.
But
I have a theory. I mean, drugs or no drugs. I think that we're all so angry right now. Right? I mean, everybody is angry. So that fight was not about slushies. That fight was not about slushies. This fight is not about.
That was underlying racism. That's what that was.
Yeah, there's so much. People are so angry.
And here's the thing. I think what happens is that
is some
people
going on.
Here's the thing. People are assholes, right? And when a white person decides to be an asshole to a black person, I think the black person reads racism into it. Like, well, you're being an asshole to me because I'm black, where they're just an asshole all the fucking time.
Right. I'm an equal opportunity asshole.
But here's the thing is though, from the black side of that, right? We black people are so used to being treated poorly out of racism that it's easy to assume that this is yet another in a long series of racial shit that has happened to me. So I agree with what you're saying. Like, it doesn't, just because someone's an asshole to me doesn't mean that it's racist, but it happens so often out of racism that it's easy to make that assumption.
So,
and I think I think that anger gets really, really internalized. So, Big Daddy, I know that you know this, Mike and Maddie, you may. There was a teacher in like the 1960s or 70s who ran an experiment with her third grade class where she discriminated against kids with blue eyes, and then she discriminated against kids with brown eyes. And she made this, it ended up being this huge national, and she would have workshops for teachers and for adults. And I watched footage from one of her seminars, right? And there was this one guy who I think had blue eyes and was being discriminated against. And he, after an hour of this, after 1 hour, was standing up when he was supposed to be sitting down, was standing with his arms folded, was talking back to her, was aggressive. And they were all of the behaviors that I am accustomed to seeing from my students, particularly my students of color. And I thought, shit, if after 1 hour of being treated like this guy is that angry and that disruptive and that unwilling to hear anything she has to say, imagine what my students are thinking and feeling after 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years of this, and they walk into my classroom. And I have the best of intentions, but maybe I say to that kid, listen, I need you to be quiet so I can start my lesson. And he immediately responds with, fuck you, you can't tell me what to do. You know, like it's just, it really turned on a light bulb for me, right? That after 1 hour of this treatment, a person could be that angry that they couldn't cooperate with what was going on. Imagine if after a lifetime, how angry people are and how like these responses are actually thoroughly reasonable or thoroughly understandable anyway, if not reasonable.
Yeah.
Especially when you introduce it around that time, like around that age, like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
When if a child had never experienced that before the age of 8 or 9, you know, your reaction is going to be, you know, different than if you'd experienced it your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
But this example
then,
I'm talking about, this was a grown man who experienced it for an hour on one random Tuesday at the age of, say, 37. And he immediately had that, like his entire attitude. I was like, I see that attitude every single day in my classroom, you know, and it was amazing to see how impactful that discrimination is.
So, Big Daddy, I have to ask, do you find it refreshing when I treat you like shit? Because I think you know that I'm not. It doesn't come from a place of racism with me. I'm just a shitty person sometimes.
It is honestly refreshing to know that I'm being treated like shit by a shitty person, because it's not what I'm. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
treating you like shit because I think you deserve it, not because of the way that you look, but because I think you deserve it.
Exactly. That's how I like when I'm treated like shit. I like to be by a shitty person. I like to know that you know.
Yeah, Mike is shitty to everyone. He doesn't care what color they are.
Not at all.
And it really is refreshing. Like, oh shit, that wasn't racist. That dude was just an asshole. All right, cool.
He just wanted to kick me in the nuts. That's awesome.
Well, what about? I mean, I feel like I should get some credit because I'll say the same thing to you that I would say to my white friends. I wouldn't say it openly to most black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get punched.
And
here's the thing.
So there's no danger of that. I
respect you, and that's the, you know, I know that if I were, well, you know, to a point, but if I were to say something stupid and fucking, oh fuck, that was real dumb, I'm sorry, you're not going to hit me, you know, that type of thing,
right.
You know, but that's how I learned. See, nobody explained to me up until the age of 10 that black people didn't like being called the N-word.
Now, hang on. You guys laugh, but I believe him. I knew some people.
Oh, this is no joke. I'm not making shit up.
I won't call these people my friends, but I knew some people. They lived out in like central Pennsylvania. And one night we were hanging out. They're like, "Oh, you want to get some chink food?" And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, yeah, some chink food. And I was like, well, I find that word offensive. They're like, no, they don't mind. It's okay. Like they think it's okay. And I was like, I
know it's okay. They know they're chinks.
Hey,
I don't think that's okay.
We're gonna call over the zipper heads and get some chink.
Oh my God. I was like, yeah. So that friendship didn't last very long.
Well, did you offer to go to Cracker Barrel instead?
I'm trying to get my friend to come on the show that I was in a band with, and we did Rockdef Radio together. But in Damaging a Difference in the band, on like albums and like flyers and shit, we'd list him as Ed Hates Chink Food.
Oh.
Because he would call the Kid Chris show back in the day. The Kid Chris show had I think he was actually like Japanese or something, like, but the people of Philadelphia would just call him up, call up. His name was Thomas, and just because he was Asian, just call everything. It didn't matter, and they would call up, and he would call up and annoy the show all the time. He would like harass them, and we actually got played on. This was on 94, and he used to go, and we caught a lot of flack for the fact that he called himself Ed Hates Chink Food.
Yeah, I can see that.
I didn't care. Like nobody, like we didn't think anything about it. And it was funny because one time we're standing in front of a club. I think it was the Khyber Pass or it was the North Star. And we had all just freshly, we all worked construction, but our drummer was just bald. So we'd all shave our heads because it was cheap. You could just shave your head. We all shaved our heads.
And that way you didn't get lice.
Right. Well, and it was also like, it was just an easy haircut. I had 2 kids, you know, it's one of those things. We all that's common for the working class to just shave their heads because that's the easiest haircut. And my drummer's wearing like fucking camo and like a Motorhead shirt on his drum set. On his drum set, he had a rebel flag, and it said history, not hate. And he defended that, and I started to look around, and I went,
yeah, we already had that part of the conversation.
I know, but I started to look around. And I'm like, we look like a skinhead band.
Yeah.
I've had enough intermingling with skinheads. I don't want to be associated with the skinhead movement in any way. And
Yikes.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, thank God. Like our drummer had tattoos, but there was no gang or affiliation or anything like that. He was just, you know, my brother's the same fucking way. My brother used to fly a rebel flag in the back of his window. My brother was in the paper with his dad, with my brother's daddy, because he used to fly a rebel flag in front of the house. 2 doors down was the leader of the local chapter of the NAACP. They were friends. His dad and this guy were friends. He didn't care. Like, it was just, there was less caring for a very short time. You know what I mean? It was still kind of like, all right, I'll give you the whatever. I don't give a fuck. And you know, he had my drummer had a bunch of stickers, but the point is they'd never been past South Jersey, and yet they want to talk about the Confederacy. So this was the environment in which I sprouted from. And that's why I live many miles away.
Oh, you from the South? Yeah.
No, I'm from South Jersey.
Yeah, Ocean County.
And there is, you know, South is can be fucking Alabama.
Can be.
South Jersey can be. There's spots, dude. It's fucked.
Oh yeah. Well, and of course, I mean, here in the beautiful Diamond State, the first state, I mean, anything south of the canal, forget it.
Well, Middletown did blow up, and it's not quite the hillbilly haven that it used to be.
I was on my way to, this was last summer, and I was going to the beach with my spectacularly gay friend Peter, who we may have as a future guest on the show, by the way. And Peter is like, there's no question, and we were going to Rehoboth, of course, and we were on our way down. We're like, oh, it's really a long drive, and we passed these other beaches, so maybe we'll check out like Bowers Beach, right? Because it's it's like halfway there, and I was like, beach is beach. It's on the bay. It's okay.
Horse flies. Yeah.
Well, we didn't get that far because we pull off a Route 1, right? And we're going down this road, and it's like trailer after trailer. And I'm not such a snob that the trailers alone would have been a deterrent, but there were lots of Confederate flags.
Oh.
And, and we get not a rainbow flag in sight, I'll tell you that much. And we get down to this like little town, right? And it's me and him in this convertible, right? And
of Bowers Beach.
The town of Bowers Beach, right? And yeah, it was, I turned to him and I said, I'm not sure that I'm and he's wearing his like rainbow pride shirt, and he's got some sort of facial hair thing going on. I forget what it was at the time, but it was definitely, he was not passing as a heterosexual male. Definitely not. And I turned to him and I said,
Nor should he have to.
And I said to him, I was like, I'm not sure that stopping here is really our best bet here today. What do you say we put in the extra 40 minutes and go down where we're wanted? And he said, I think that's a good idea. So I turned the car around, got back on Route 1 South, and down we went to, as he likes to call it affectionately, Rahomo.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the story of the day. We did not go to Bowers Beach.
That's an anticlimactic story.
Sorry.
Much like erectile dysfunction.
So just to pull us back on track so we can finish out the top three, I'm going to jump into our second chick fight story that happened at the Little Caesars Pizza.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I cut us off of that. That's my fault.
25-year-old Brittany Kennedy was arrested Tuesday, a week after assaulting a woman at Little Caesars Pizza on Wrightsboro Road. Kennedy reported
in Augusta, Georgia.
I'm sorry?
This is in Augusta, Georgia.
Yes, Dateline, Augusta, Georgia. Kennedy reportedly assaulted 22-year-old Emily Broadwater in the restaurant. The fight, which was captured on multiple cell phones and the store's surveillance video, shows the two women moved from inside the restaurant to right outside the door. Kennedy is shown dragging Broadwater by her hair and later stomping her head into the ground, all in front of a child.
Jesus.
Damn.
What was this over?
Broadwater was left with cuts, bruises, and a black eye and a swollen face. She was treated at the scene, but refused to go to the hospital in an ambulance. The story went around Facebook, and alleged posts from both Broadwater and Kennedy revealed the fight was over children and their father. Started at home and ended at Little Caesars.
This is a baby daddy fight.
This is baby daddy. Dude, baby daddy is hung like a stack of paint cans. I guarantee it.
I'm sorry, girls. No guy is worth that. Not a one.
He was found on the block of Cavalry Drive in Augusta. She was booked into Charles B. Webster Detention Center. Kennedy was charged with aggravated assault, kidnapping, and criminal damage to property in the second degree.
All right, let's get to this fucking video.
We got video.
It's a video. Yeah, I was like, why is he fucking reading this? Just fucking play the video.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, the baby's jumping in to help mommy.
No.
Oh, the baby.
Is the baby helping? Wait, who got kicked? Oh shit.
Oh my God.
Panties.
Got her by the hair, dragged her outside. onto the concrete.
Oh my God.
He is swinging her by her hair.
Oh,
Now
oh,
she's curb
shit,
stomping the
guys,
bitch.
no.
Holy shit.
Oof.
Right into the concrete.
Damn.
Damn, she looks like she used to be cute, man.
Guys, we need to put some
No,
kind of warning on this episode.
Yeah, I mean that was violent.
That's really upsetting.
Surprisingly violent for a chick fight. Chick fights.
Oh
are
no
usually-
no.
There's usually titties to soften the blow of the brutality.
No, let me
Was
tell you
that
something.
the
So
one where
as
they
a
had
high
angle
school teacher,
camera?
as a high school teacher, we are taught when guys fight, you let them do it because they'll swing
that
until
news
somebody's down.
that news clip has a lot more of the fight.
No, we don't need to see any more of it.
Do it a lot more.
Please.
No, I mean, no.
That's a totally different news clip.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's just back off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, they tell you like, guys will swing once and then when the guy's down, they're done. But girls will fight till somebody's dead. I mean, yeah.
Girls are the more violent of,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the problem, and I think that's why men have tried to keep them in a box, like like ladies don't act like that bullshit.
Yeah. I think you're right, actually.
Because
they don't fucking know when to quit.
Yeah.
Because they can't be unleashed out in the fucking wild. That's the problem. Now we have a bunch of women on just running around with no.
So we need to be kept under. Our men need to keep us on shorter leashes. Is that what you're saying, Matty?
With testosterone,
I mean,
integrity.
Fucking obviously.
When I've won, and I walk away.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what.
Okay.
I'm
all
just
right.
saying.
So aren't we about due for a break?
We are due
pretty
for a break.
soon.
We're actually well overdue for a break. We took a wide left turn there.
Sorry, that was my fault.
When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about more news, which is going to get us into a little more Juneteenth discussion, I believe, and we'll do Big Daddy's clip and a couple other things.
Sorry.
Right when we get back from our break here from the Media Virus Podcast, give us a call. Give us a call at 646-VIRUS-01. That's 646-VIRUS-01, and we'll be right back. And we're back on the Media Virus Podcast, and Matty Rockdef wants to pontificate.
About what? Oh, fuck. Let me tell you why I started fucking... We got into this whole fucking philosophical conversation in the goddamn break, but let me tell you why I started drinking again. And because if if I have to go through life like this, I don't want to be sober. That's it. What are we talking about?
Well, we're gonna get Doc and Big Daddy together for our next story that was supplied by Doc.
We are non-violent with people who are non-violent with us. Concerning non-violence, it is criminal to teach a man not to defend himself when he is the constant victim of brutal attacks. Nobody can give you freedom. Nobody can give you equality or justice or anything. If you're a man, take it.
Hang on there, fam. I got this faux shizzle, 'cause I'm woke.
Welcome to Woke Gone Wild with Stanley McFadden and the Founder.
Okay, so we mentioned Juneteenth a little bit earlier in the show, and people are catching on. This is very exciting stuff. And IKEA even had a Juneteenth celebration where they served some traditional African American foods to their employees. And some people got upset about that. So so here we are. Big Daddy, I thought maybe you'd want to talk about this delicious feast that was served at the Atlanta, the hotbed of woke, anti-racist, liberal activity.
A menu that the manager of an IKEA store in Atlanta says was meant to honor Juneteenth instead angered Black employees who called it insensitive. Many didn't show up for work on Saturday, Juneteenth, and some even thought about quitting. The manager is apologizing. Employees who requested anonymity due to fear of repercussions showed CBS Atlanta affiliate WGCL TV an email sent Friday that said the special menu for customers and employees was one way to honor the perseverance of Black Americans and acknowledge the progress yet to be made.
So what do y'all think they served?
The menu included items such as fried chicken, watermelon, mac and cheese, and collard greens. Employees called that racially insensitive and ignorant and said members of management need to do more to educate themselves on Black culture moving forward. You cannot say serving watermelon on Juneteenth is a soul food menu when you don't even know the history. They used to feed slaves watermelon during slavery time, one employee said, which I actually looked up and debunked, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you can't lie. Fried chicken and mac and cheese and collard greens. I mean, I'd eat that. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Right, Big Daddy?
I could not keep me away. Especially if it's that good fried chicken.
Hey, let me tell this story real quick.
And the good mac and cheese.
Hang on. Let me tell this story real quick because I used to live with my guitar player, Damien, who was actually Rob Boss. And we lived in Collingswood, New Jersey. Now, Collingswood, New Jersey is right next to, you might never heard of Collingswood, New Jersey, but Collingswood, New Jersey is right across Route 130 from Camden, New Jersey. And the closest grocery store to us, and the one that we could afford the most, was in Camden. I think it was a Pathmark, some shit. And we were walking in there one day. Now we were both, I think we were selling cars at the time. And we walked in to this Pathmark, and it was the Martin Luther King Day special and it was in big fucking, like a big printed sign was, Martin Luther Day, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, grape soda, watermelon. It was all on sale. Right. I was like, and it was like fried chicken was like, so like this great price, and watermelon was this great price. Fucking hilarious. We pulled into the parking lot and we just pissed ourselves laughing on like how fucking tone deaf or just right on the fucking money. It was like they could have put Newports on sale.
And Mad Dog.
Right. Newports and Night Train and Mad Dog and Old A. Old A 64s were 64 cents in honor of Martin Luther King.
Nice.
And
I would like to jump in and point out that all of the white people on the show have made commentary about this. And Big Daddy has not yet had a chance to contribute.
No, because he's it's another one where he's looking for his words because he's so pissed off. Hang on. So him and I, again, we're both in the suits. We walk in and we're wandering up and down the aisles. We come through the refrigerator section and the egg section. Now in the egg section, there are these prepackaged cartons where they've already taken the time to separate the yolk from the whites. And this particular this particular one was called whites only.
So you mean they segregated the eggs?
My buddy was at the end of the aisle. It wasn't too full, but there was enough people. And I go, "Hey, Day, look, finally something just for us." And he goes, "Would you shut the fuck up?" He's like, dude, he starts freaking the fuck out. I didn't buy it, but then we walked past and we cut through the entire aisle of nothing but pine salt. And then we got to the cashier and checked out.
All right, so Big Daddy, what do you have to say about
I have two conflicting thoughts. All right, so one, stereotyped Black food is something that, by and large, I find delicious, but I do find it tone deaf on Juneteenth. I think that the only way you can get away with a menu like that is if ahead of time you sent an email to your employees and said, in honor of Juneteenth, we would like a specialized menu. What would you like to see on that menu?
And then when somebody says fried chicken, watermelon, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens, it's okay.
But then at that point, you can say, well, this is what we asked our employees, and this is what you wanted. Okay, but let's throw that aside. So, in my opinion, if you were going to have something that is in honor of Juneteenth, right? And Juneteenth is a celebration.
Can I just jump in on your one thought there, just real quick? And I want to.
No, let him talk.
I just kind of, real quick. Was it on the air where you mentioned your disapproval or discomfort with Juneteenth itself?
No, we were not on air yet.
Oh, did you not want that published?
No. I have no problem saying that. I think this quote celebration of Juneteenth is missing the mark. I think it's one thing to observe it, but let's not lose sight of what it is. It's not a happy day per se. It's recognizing that the federal government had to step in and force obedience to the law, and that's not the same as a celebration. But anyway, I think if you're going to have a menu that is in celebration of Juneteenth or is in celebration of, say, slavery times, then the menu needs to be something that is more African than stereotyped African American. So you would need a menu that has more like beans,
zebra,
and like African heritage type stuff.
Fufu.
So you either have to go full on and ask your employees, how would you like the menu to look on this day? Mm-hmm. Or you go back and you do a little bit of research and you say, okay, this is a typical menu that slaves of this time were eating. And you can go into things. I wish I knew more about. There is a really good show on Netflix, and it's called High on the Hog. And that show goes into the culinary history of African-American culture. And it ties in foods that were enjoyed in Africa and foods that were brought on the slave ships and then brought to America that then became a part of both African-American food cuisine and Southern cuisine. And so that ends up tying in. But a lot of that is bean-based, it's rice-based, it's very natural. So if you were looking to celebrate history, Black history, and observation of the time of slavery, then your menu needs to reflect what it was at that time. So I would expect the menu to have typical African items of that time. Like that.
I disagree. At the risk of sounding racist, I disagree. And here's the point. Is what we forget about when we talk about the African American and we talk about Africa is that Africa is a huge fucking continent. It's not one country. And when we talk about slaves, one of the things that would happen was these people lost touch with their identity. There was no, these people were the slaves sold and then, bred throughout history, don't have any connection that they know of to their home.
It was literally beaten out of them.
Right. And they were divided from other people from the same places and other people who spoke the same languages. So they had no one that they could connect with.
Because there were, and when Matty says bred, I mean, there were breeding programs.
Yeah.
You took the big strong guys and you bred them against the big strong girls, and you made big strong babies. It's I mean, that's what
and there are 54 different countries in Africa, and I mean, even places like South Africa is home to multiple groups of people, multiple identities. So no, it's not, there's no such thing as African, well, anything really.
So we really, and so any kind of celebration of African food is based on either what the slaves ate or what was eaten on a continent across the Atlantic, and what part of that continent. Because just like Europe has many different cultures and colonies, and the Mediterranean people, hey, listen, the Mediterranean, I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but it was like there was a line drawn through Europe, and it said potato up top. It was potato European, and then down by Italy, France, it said tomato European, and that was a breakup. And then within that, there are these little warring states, these little tribes that just decide to fucking hate each other. It's not like Germany and France. Just like Germany just didn't decide one day to invade fucking France. No, there was a whole bunch of shit before that. There was a war. There was a treaty. There was 1,000 years of infighting and inbreeding and retardation beyond belief. I would imagine it wouldn't be much different just because the continent's different. You see it in every China, the Mongolians, so. Okay.
So bring that back.
What region? So, I mean, depending on what region, the different, not every, it's not like every slave that was brought over from the same region. And if they were, it should be, they weren't keeping records. There wasn't like, they were treating these people like chattel.
I think both. I think though that Big Daddy's point.
So then what you would do at that point then, for example, if you were going to quote celebrate American cuisine, you could do so by introducing foods that are typically found in said areas.
Well, how about in honor of Juneteenth, we get the finest chefs to prepare healthy meals that are that you are going to enjoy, something, and get the finest of, I mean, if they're going to get chicken, get the finest chicken. Like, yes, it's fried chicken, but this is the best this is Wagyu beef that we've brisketed. This is the best of everything, because your people as a whole were treated like shit, and they're treated like shit even if they come over here afterwards. And it's just that
or you order pizza for everyone, something that simply isn't culturally charged, right? I mean, you order pizza.
We went from a 5-star meal to fucking pizza. Who's the racist?
I don't think fried chicken and mac and cheese is a 4-star meal.
But either you stay away from it,
right? That's my point. Right.
So if you're going to lean in, then you ask your employees what you want. Or if you're going to force them to have some sort of an ethnic menu, then you would do some sort of multi-country type of thing. Right. So if it was an American thing, it would be like Texas barbecue, Florida oranges, Georgia peaches. So you can do,
Philadelphia cheesesteaks.
Philadelphia cheesesteaks. We can go on and on. Like we can
have cotton tablecloths.
Michael.
Because we're talking about all the things that we had the slaves pick. That's brilliant.
Slaves never picked cheesesteaks.
In the same way that you can list states and foods, you could do the same thing with countries in Africa.
Right.
So you can have a menu. You can have a menu that says, from this country, this is a food that's typical to that.
Right.
From this country, this is a food that's typical. So there's a way to celebrate African
Not for
African.
nothing.
And as you said,
Hang on a second. Not for nothing, but I've watched documentaries, of native peoples and how they survive. And, I've seen situations where they pulled bugs out of a hole and ate it.
Well,
Do you want to be served bugs out of a hole, or do you want to be served fucking beef Wellington?
Like I said, there are two different ways that I would like it to be approached. What I do not want is to have a tone deaf menu. That's what I don't want.
Yeah, and you don't have to hit every single country in Africa. And as you said, there are some dishes that are going to be really common. Like you were saying, things like rice and beans. Rice and beans are eaten everywhere in the world, right?
Right.
So, whether you have it with, one spice palette or another, you can still do honor to the heritage by saying, this is
ask.
Yeah.
If you're not sure,
ask.
Yeah.
What if in honor of Juneteenth it was across the board, everybody just made a banging lasagna?
Yes.
But why does it have to be lasagna? So that's now Italian. And Italians aren't exactly noted for their acceptance of Black people either.
I think lasagna is traditionally American.
It is.
I think that's I don't think a lasagna is like an Italian dish.
I think you're incorrect.
I think you should.
Lasagna is an Italian.
What?
And I'd just like to point out, moulignon is it just doesn't sound as awful as everything else.
It's true. I mean, if you have to pick a racial
I
slur,
will say that there is something somewhat.
It sounds a little classy, even.
Yeah, he's a moulignon.
The moulignons are coming for dinner. Oh yeah, we'll break out the china.
Yeah,
it sounds important.
Almost inviting. It almost sounds inviting about it.
It's like when a Jew dude calls you a mensch.
Well, that is a nice thing.
Yeah,
but it sounds fucking real bad.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Mensch just has it doesn't.
Yeah,
I had a buddy. He called me a mensch. I'm like, yeah. What?
There's a lot of words where if you say it in a certain way, sound offensive.
It's true.
I think he meant it as a good thing. I was just confused.
Like
by
you can just put enough spin on it, you can make any word sound better. All right, what's next?
What's next? Well, apparently, I want to bring this one in. This one you threw into the mix.
Oh yes, as a nurse. Wait, this isn't the line.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
No, but fucking zombie died, dude.
That's coming up.
As a nurse, I try to stay at the forefront of medical advancements in medicine, advancements in new techniques that can potentially save a life. And I came across a new technique akin to CPR that can be used commonly when someone is found to be unconscious.
All right.
What happened now?
We have a new CPR technique
used when someone is found to be unconscious.
World Star.
Speaking of real Africans.
There's a Juneteenth celebration, and he's been knocked unconscious.
He's a fucking swinging his neck. Or what the fuck? They're holding this man up. Like, I don't know if they're trying to dislodge. Is he jerking him off? They're pouring water on his face and jerking him off.
So,
well, he's going to come around one way or another.
In summary, pouring water on his face, rubbing his stomach, and jerking him off.
Just when you think the story's going one way, and they're like taking turns jerking him. Like that's his job, and he's had. Can you go back like 20 seconds?
I'm pretty sure he's conscious at this point and just pretending.
Oh God, I'm still fucking down.
Still unconscious.
Yeah,
guys.
pour some more of that warm water all over me. That's right.
Wow.
All right, hang on. The pre-fight instructions. Okay, guys, everybody know their jobs, right? Billy, this is what you're gonna do. If I get knocked down and I'm not responding, pick my head up
and jerk
wiggle
me
it around.
I call water. I call water.
You're gonna do water? Okay. I'm gonna hold his neck at a 90-degree angle, so most of that water goes up his nose. Just pour water all over him.
Okay, good. All right, we have our jobs.
Okay. Listen, Big Daddy, you just stand there. Mike, make sure everything's cool. I'm gonna jerk him off.
I'll stand off camera and shout into you so you have somebody to shout back at.
You know what? Would you actually, Mike, if you could make sure that the camera is rolling on me jerking him off
the whole time
as much as possible, just to make sure that everyone sees me
jerking him off.
I also need you to intermittently yell "World Star" off camera, preferably as the video is rolling, so that we know where this video is going to end.
Was somebody doing that? Because I don't feel like they were, and I did yell "World Star."
No, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Just fighting.
All right, let's let the. All right, okay. All right, so everybody knows. Water, head wiggle, video.
So, ladies, next time you encounter an unconscious
I wish I could
man,
deliver the fucking line without laughing. But I can't. All right, so that was
so. Doc, here's a new CPR technique for you to try in your.
I honestly don't think I could do it. I mean, if
we
I'm
just made his life a lot.
If I'm completely, because here's the thing. Having seen, I'm not sure I want to say all this on the air, but what the hell? We only have 7 listeners anyway, right? Having seen men jerk off, y'all are like really rough on yourselves, and I don't feel like what I do would be sufficient to revive an I think I'm just way gentler
and be a little bit rougher.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying is if you're seeing dudes that are a little bit got some power in there,
y'all are terrifying.
But if you
First
come
of
in
all,
there,
you have to compensate.
The way you treat those things.
What you're doing is you have to compensate for the fact that it's not another person touching you. Right? You have to add, because a woman gently or a trainer, or just a random bystander coming over to jerk you off. If their hands
jerk him off.
It's somebody else's hands. So if their hands are softer, it's a little bit different. Maybe he's got the hands of a stonemason. You don't know. Maybe he's needed lotion for years. I mean, it's nothing but calluses and
got punched in the face and something reaching into your pants. I mean,
right. He hasn't washed his hands. He was moving camel dung from one place to another,
he's had 4 fights. He's had 4 fights.
But see, this is what I'm saying. Like, y'all are so rough on those things. I'm a little surprised they don't all get up in the middle of the night and run away.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but everybody in that video that was involved with the fight and the resuscitation was wearing the brightest, whitest khakis.
They were.
For wrestling in the mud, everyone's white.
Really light colored Dockers on.
Also, the best part about it was there was no. It didn't sound like anybody was making any kind of commentary as to, hey, why are you jerking him off?
Apparently, this is just
he went right to
practice.
It. Nobody thought of fucking. That's what you do. Somebody needs to be revived. You got to jerk him off.
If you run out on a football field and start giving somebody a handy that's down, I'm going to ask questions.
I want to know, one, we got to find out exactly.
The medical team is right on the field.
Here's the thing. I'm waiting for my passport. I'm going to have a passport, which is exciting as fuck because I'm going to Jamaica. It's really exciting.
It's exciting.
Scary.
Yeah. Anyway, we can go to where this is, right? Or I can go take a film crew with me and then just randomly pass out amongst, go to a restaurant. Go to a restaurant. Or maybe, maybe they don't have restaurants. Maybe you're just wandering. Someone invites you in for dinner. They got a hot daughter. You're like, oh.
I feel faint again.
And then see if they start to jerk you off to revive you. And then just, like never recover. Like, oh, God.
This dude's been unconscious for 40 minutes. We're going.
Oh, my God.
Well, I think we've squeezed as much as we can out of that story.
All right. Tickle the balls. Hang on. Hit my head. All right. What's up?
Certainly pulled a lot of humor out of this.
It was positively gushing with comedy.
Oh. I just the fact it kills me. Nobody gave a shit. This guy.
It's just so hard to make the transition.
You want to talk about a big fucking dick right here?
Mac. Holy shit.
Woman assaults boyfriend after he introduces her to the other woman at dinner.
I don't understand why this is a headline. Of course she fucking assaulted him.
This is my fucking hero.
A woman arrested after allegedly attacking her boyfriend and breaking items in his apartment following a dinner where he introduced her to the other woman he was dating. A police blotter said that he was cheating on his girlfriend, or to prove he was not cheating on his girlfriend, the man, 63.
Oh,
hallelujah, motherfucker. 63,
wow, old enough to know better.
Invites his girlfriend, 50, and the supposed other woman to dinner. Now, wait, what's the other woman?
The dinner did not go as planned.
Okay. I see what he was trying to do.
He was going for a threesome.
Well, no. I think so. Having been in a miserable marriage, I think what he was trying to do is like to appease this accusing bitch that he was with. Like, look, this is the woman you think I'm fucking. Let's bring her over here so you can meet her, figure out that she's not a bad person. You can get off my back about it.
Oh no, I don't think that was what was happening here. Could you scroll back up, please? I think he was in fact.
No, it said to prove he wasn't.
Oh, you're right. Huh. Yeah.
So
okay.
I think he was. I'm guessing that his girlfriend was accusing him for so long. He was like, "Look, can you just meet her and talk with her, and you can figure out that none of this shit is going on." And she said, "Fine, bring her over." And he was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I guess I should bring her over then."
No, they went to dinner, but that's.
Y'all are dumb. I'm sorry, your whole gender, y'all are just dumb.
But when you have a woman that is relentlessly accused, I bet you're fucking that girl at work, aren't you? You're fucking that girl at work. Oh, you're gonna spend time with that one again, aren't you? Like, no, she's a nice person.
Yeah, because she's fucking me, and you're not. And that's the secret to a fucking happy relationship. Give me some fucking pussy. It ain't that fucking hard. Quit being such a goddamn cunt.
Wait, is it so you don't want a cunt, or you do? I'm see.
We want it, but we want it here, not there across the room yelling.
I see. Okay.
It's that really.
What is that banging?
That really mean thing that's attached to tits. That's hard to deal with.
Apparently, either gunshots or fireworks in my area.
Oh.
Somebody hammering or banging on something?
That's what he just said. He's
just
probably gunshots.
Oh, they might be.
That's an awful lot of gunshots.
That actually ruins the joke.
I'm feeling faint. So. All right, better.
Quick, Matty, get over. Wait, Mike, you said you're close to Big Daddy. Get yourself over there and give the man a hand job.
You might be knocked out.
You could hear it too, couldn't you, Mike?
I could probably run there before the show's over. Hold still.
Stop fighting me, damn it.
Did you just
what do they do if you get hit by a truck? They start blowing you? What?
I'm trying to save your life, man.
Don't fight it.
What?
Wait, why would you fight a hand job?
And not for nothing.
If you're doing it, apparently you have the limp grip that ain't gonna do much. You gotta grab that shit, try to revive him. You know what I'm saying? If it's a matter of life and death, Doc, you gotta grip that shit.
All right, well, I guess we're just gonna have to leave it up to Mike. He knows what he's doing.
Not for nothing, but the
years
fact,
of experience.
Listen, all the talking that we do about the African American penis size. There wasn't a long stroke pattern in that guy's. That guy's hand, like his dick, didn't come out beyond the zipper.
Well, yeah, he didn't.
There was that stroke pattern was quite narrow. I don't think that guy was packing so much. You know what I mean? I think
he was also a little bit older, and he kept it in his pants. Like he didn't whip it out and start playing with it.
And he was unconscious, so.
I mean,
may not have been.
I was jerking him off. There's a reason for that.
Okay, so can we move on?
Yeah, we are. I'm just looking at the clock. We're running a little tight on time. We are going to take a quick break here. When we get back, we're going to do a special tribute to John Paragon, who passed away. And since I am the resident minister on the show, I will lead us all in a prayer before we wrap up and get out of here. So we'll be right back. You can reach us at 646-VIRUS-01. That's 1-646-VIRUS-01 at the Media Virus Podcast.
Okay.
And we're back here on the Media Virus Podcast, and we've got some sad news. We've lost another great one, actor from a beloved actor, in fact, John Paragon from Pee-wee's Playhouse. He played Jambi. If you remember, Jambi was the genie who was
Oh no, not Jambi.
Oh.
Very, very sad. So we lost John Paragon at 66 this past week. Here he is.
That's not fucking old, man.
No.
My dad is 90.
Actually, I find the older I get, the younger 66 gets.
Right. And for the older, I don't know, 45 is just really old for me. I think I've lived hard and I've been put away wet, and here I am. But
really sad. So I do want to lead us in a prayer to celebrate John. I'm going to lead us in in his character's traditional language of Jambese. Please repeat after me in Jambese. Mecca lecca hi, Mecca hiney ho.
Mecca lecca hi, Mecca
hiney ho.
That's right. Mecca lecca hi, Mecca hiney ho.
Mecca lecca hi, Mecca hiney ho.
Amen.
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 Make her lick you high and then lick her hiney hole.
Always liked Jambi. It was a neat.
I love Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, it was even the. Are you familiar with the original Pee-wee's Playhouse? The stage bit that he did, that actually led them to come to him and say, "Hey, we want you to do a kids show on TV."
Yeah, I found that. I knew that as a fact, but after I was beyond enjoying Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like anytime it would come up.
Yeah, I mean,
Pee-wee's fucking Big Adventure was a great guy. I love Pee-wee.
Yeah.
And then when I heard these, oh, you got jerking off in the theater, I'm like, so what? Who fucking cares? He hated to jerk off.
I mean, without Pee-wee's Playhouse, we would not necessarily have Larry Fishburne, who now calls himself Lawrence.
Right. Also, I think without Pee-wee's Playhouse, I think our generation would have a very different sense of humor.
I think so.
I will attest to that.
I think Pee-wee's Playhouse like made us really think about stupid shit and how funny that was. Like you laugh, but then you're like, what's so funny about it? And it was, it was endearing more than anything else, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
like as a character, Pee-wee was just such a.
He was very childlike.
Yeah, very hyperactive autistic guy. That's what he is.
Very true.
So. And Paul Rubens has always said he took great pride in bringing that character to life.
As he should.
And there was actually talk a couple years ago about it coming back to life in a traveling stage show. I don't know if they're still planning on doing that when the world fully reopens.
Well, there was just a new movie out, like what, 3 years ago or some shit like that?
I know there was talk of it. I don't know that it actually happened.
Oh no, I fucking saw it. There's a recent fucking Pee-wee movie.
Really?
It's on Netflix. I think it was made by Netflix.
I'm in a movie theater because I think that's a different one.
Did you get that video? That'd be fun.
I saw that.
That'd be fun to watch Pee-wee jerk off, wouldn't it? Oh, fucking UHF. UHF is one of my favorite fucking movies in the entire fucking world. Fuck, what was it? What's the guy's name? The guy that did the nature show in his apartment. It was a Mexican dude. Today we're going to teach poodles how to fly. He's throwing the poodle out the fucking window of the second-story apartment. And he goes, pee-pee! And the dog just yelps and falls to its death. And then the fucking thing pans from the outside. There's a big pile of dogs. At the bottom. Like a big pile of dogs.
Yeah.
The guy was going to Raul, and he was the suction cup. He was the turtle. I was like, oh, you know what about the turtle? It's nature's suction cup. Watch this. And he licked the turtle, and he'd throw it up. He's like, and it would just stick to the fucking thing. Fucking
I bet
hilarious.
that was really funny to watch, Matty.
But okay, fuck off. What I'm saying is that's one of my favorite goddamn movies in the entire world. I love that guy. I love fucking Weird Al. I love fucking Pee-wee. That was Michael Richards' first movie. Oh, Michael Richards was a goddamn genius in that movie.
It was Kramer, right?
Yeah.
The guy who played Kramer, yeah. Yeah. Oh, he was a genius. So you get to drink from the fire hose. One of the greatest lines. One of the greatest fucking lines in cinematic history is you get to drink from the fire hose.
I don't know. I kind of like these pretzels are making me thirsty.
These pretzels. That's not cinema. That's television.
Okay, fine. All right. So anyway, gentlemen, so next week I will be on the Zoom to get you guys started, but I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to hang around. I am going to be in Atlantic City with my mom, I think. So, I think.
Wait, with your mom or with your mom and her boyfriend?
With my mom. Her boyfriend is in Canada. So, I'm not sure.
Once you cross international borders,
I might
be married.
Yeah, I might be home by Wednesday. So there's a chance I will be on, but I have to double check.
Well, we'll be.
And this is what we were talking about earlier? Or is that a different event?
That's a different event, yeah.
If the two of you happen to find an unconscious man,
all right,
he travels in Atlantic City,
we'll call Mike.
If you're going to be on the boardwalk and there's fights in the boardwalk, someone gets knocked out in front of you.
We'll call Mike.
I'll start jacking him off.
Do you think do you think the jerk off doesn't work without pitchers
Without
of
the
water
water?
to the face?
Oh, you definitely need pitchers.
Like, do you have to be waterboarded to get and get jerked off for this to work?
Because there's nothing worse than a
I think it's a
dry
cycle.
hand.
It's like you got to connect the circuit, right? I
You
mean,
can't
it's
just go in dry. You know what I'm saying? No one wants a dry hand job. You got to have some sort of moisturizer. Jeez.
Well, water's not a moisturizer.
Does water do it?
Water's not going to do anything.
It's better than sandpaper calluses.
Not necessarily. If he's got the right, if he's got a real tight heart on.
Nice.
All right, so gentlemen.
So next week, God damn it, we're getting into the history of bad hygiene.
All right.
Because no, not next week. Because you're not going to be. God damn it. Anyway,
I might. I have to check my calendar because I don't remember if I'm coming home Wednesday or sure. I think maybe I'll be home. I don't know.
Even if we have to bring her in from the boardwalk in Atlantic City, she'll be here.
Just use your
reporting live.
Put one in your bud and mom's ear, one in yours.
No.
Great night.
That is not a thing that's going to happen.
We've had tamer shows.
We're all going to talk dirty to your mom.
Yeah.
Let's do it. He's like, come
My
on.
mom's not a fan. She has seen like a show.
Good evening, Doc's mom.
Yeah, no.
Professor Mike Latoris.
She's not a fan.
How can she? What do you mean?
I know.
Her little girl
Mm-hmm.
is on a show. Why wouldn't she watch it?
Talking about jerking off with
We're
four
not
guys.
reviving people by jerking them off. We're saving lives.
Four guys. You say
Not
four guys?
the smartest person in the
Yeah,
room.
three guys. Sorry, I counted Matty twice.
Often tell you you're the smartest person in the room.
That's what I do.
I just.
Then we go on to prove that you're the smartest person in the room.
But that's not hard.
Sometimes it is.
That depends on the entire.
I mean, we listen, not for nothing, but we noticed you're playing in the minor leagues. You know, if you were like, respected in your own circles, you'd be doing a podcast that made a difference.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Mike, could you please bring us the fuck home?
Oh, okay.
Thanks, home, Mike.
Over the show. How about it? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Media Virus podcast this week. My name is Professor Mike Latoris. I am here on behalf of Stanley McFadden, the lovely and talented doctor, and our fearless leader, Matty Rockdef, to tell you, give us a call at 1-646-VIRUS-01, and we will be back with you next week right here on the Media Virus podcast.
Woo! I like that outro. I do.